Well, good morning, Marketing 40 students. This is Mr.D. I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope you had a great week last week, and just want to commend you all for doing such great work. And I've been proud of this class, watching or grading your assignments and seeing how much effort and energy you guys have put into it. So great job. I did grade last week all of your first mini projects, and you guys did a great job. You selected some great ads to kind of evaluate. And so great job. I just want to remind you when you're doing those assignments to make sure you answer all the questions. I know a few of you gave great responses, but you didn't really answer all the questions, so that did cause you to lose some points. But overall, you guys did a great job on that, and I think it was really helpful for you to see kind of the approach of each ad that you did or that you've reviewed, and kind of who is their target market, what are they assuming of the behaviors of that target market. So it was really, I think, a good project. Of course, this week last week you started your second mini project, so I'll be talking a little bit about that in this video. But first thing I'm going to do here is share my screen, so that way, let's see, it looks like I'm not broadcasting my, oh, interesting, all right. Hold on just a second here, I'm broadcasting my display. So there we go, and there we go. All right, now I'm going to share my screen. There we are. Apologize for that. I, for some reason, deleted it. So there we are. We're on our home page in Canvas. And of course, we are in week number 4. So this is module 2, the second week. Remember, every module is 2 weeks long. So we're completing module 2 this week, and it's week number 4. So as I select that on your home page, of course, we are going to have a Zoom session this Monday night. Going over the chapters that you've looked at last week and the chapters you're going to be looking at this week. So I'll just do a quick chapter by chapter review of a few things that I want to point out to you in each of the chapters using the PowerPoints. If you're watching this video on a different session, a different semester, those videos have been recorded and they are in your course videos link on the homepage. Also, they should be in the email I send out this week. But anyway, we'll be doing that. This week you're going to be looking at chapters 11 and 12, which I believe deal with traditional advertising. So you're going to be talking all about, television, radio, the newspaper, magazine. Those are the traditional forms of advertising, but you're going to be also looking into digital mediums as well. So these two chapters are very critical because they kind of bridge the gap between what advertising was or has been and where it's moving to. So I think you're going to find both of those chapters very intriguing. I've given you the PowerPoint for each chapter. And of course, you also have your first exam this week. So you'll be covering all of the chapters that we've studied so far in this class. So chapter 1, 2, 5, 6, 9 through 12. And then the other thing that you're also going to continue to work on is your mini project. So you get 2 weeks to work on that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it down here from last week, and I'm going to go ahead and change the date on it. It's not due until this Sunday coming up. So I'm just going to change the date so that way you have the correct date as to when it's due. And so keep that in mind. Now, I will just take a moment to explain this project because it might be a little more challenging than the last one. The last one was a lot more entertaining. This one's going to require you to do a little bit more working with your textbook, which is important because I don't want you to feel like you just got a textbook for no reason. There's a lot of great content to read, but if you look here, what I would like you to do is select a product. That's the assignment. And then you're going to be creating an advertising campaign, and you're going to be utilizing what's called the promotional mix. So we did see that, I think in week 1, we actually looked at a promotional mix, but you're going to create a promotional mix for that product. So it could be a product that I think ideally is not very well known. That'll make it a little more creative for you to be able to create the promotional mix. Or you can pick something that is known, or maybe even your own business idea. And this might be a good start for those of you who want to do your own business to be able to begin to promote it. So you're going to put together a promotional mix, which includes, how would you advertise? What kind of public relations would you do? What kind of personal selling? What kind of digital marketing, etc. So I would just list it that way. I'd pick the product and I'd put each one of those in a little paragraph and explain how you plan on doing each of those. And then I want you to apply an integrated brand promotional strategy, and you can either do one of the three, an integrated, a creative, or a media planning strategy. And you're going to need to go to your textbook to review what those are. So make sure you look at chapters 11 and 12 predominantly. And then lastly, I want to see that you incorporated a speaking with one voice. So whatever channels you choose, you're going to kind of tell me what you're going to do in each channel, and I want to see that they're integrated is really what I'm looking for. So it may seem a lot more complex the way I described it than it actually is. You're really just going to take a product, you're going to look at the 5 or 6 different elements of a promotional mix, and then you're going to create a message, create an advertising campaign that you developed on your own. Don't steal from the company, create your own new one, and just give me an explanation of how you would approach each of the areas of your promotional mix to do that. But just make sure it's all the same, that there's an integrated marketing communication plan within your advertising plan. And it only needs to be maybe a page long, the whole thing, so don't feel like you have to work it too hard, but I want to make sure that you understand how the different aspects of the promotional mix work when it comes to your ad campaigns. So that's the project. You should have started it last week, maybe thought of a product that you could do, and then this week you would finish that. Make sure you also comment and view on at least 2 other students' advertising campaigns, so you can look at what they've done. You can also, you can look at what they've done and go back and edit yours if you want. I don't care. I think the idea here is we're sharing ideas and information. So please comment on other students, and that's how you get the highest score. If you don't, you automatically lose 15 points off of the assignment. So make sure that you evaluate everybody else's advertising campaign. So that's the main project for this week coming up. You had 2 weeks to do it. So I'm going to go back to our module for a second here and just look at module week number 4. So here we are right here again. So then you have your exam this week as well. So like I said, I gave you 2 weeks to do the mini project. So hopefully you got started. You'll be able to finish that up, and then you'll be taking your exam. There is no quiz, and there is no other homework assignment or anything like that this week, other than your check-in assignment, which again drives you to the book and asks you a couple of questions out of the book. So you have 2 questions out of the book this week. And so one of the questions, though, is briefly describe the following aspects of humor, consumer fears, how advertisers use these things in their advertising campaign. So it's really kind of asking you to define those. But that is your really your only homework or check-in assignment. Remember, that's only open for a week, so make sure you get that done. But that's pretty much it for week number 4. This is the halfway point in our class. And so we'll be doing 4 more weeks and we're done. So you're halfway done after this week. So keep up the good work, everybody. If you need anything, you can get a hold of me. You can meet me during our Zoom session on Monday. You can also meet me during my office hours, and they're listed on the homepage in Canvas. Just select the icon that says office hours, and it'll bring you to my on-campus office hours as well as a link to my online office hours. All right, have a great week, everybody. You'll see me all again next week on video as we go over